Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast. And it's been a Beyonce weekend for me, so that's been great.
Anything Beyonce makes everything better.
It makes everything better. Don't go on tour though, girl. No, I can't.
Yeah, except
Don't
that though.
don't go on tour. Wait until 2025.
Maybe even 2026, Give me
I
a
don't know
little
about
extra
that
time.
long, but I don't know about that long. But definitely wait until 2025. I'm thinking a
Don't.
good late fall, early spring 2025, then I'll be
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. That's fair.
As of
She
right
can't
now, I
release
am not
she
ready.
can't release anything. She can't release anything unless it's free music.
Yeah, I need music or music videos. That's all I can take right now.
Yeah. If it has a price tag,
hmm
mm-mm.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All of my funds for the summer are dried up. So
Yeah,
sorry.
they've gone.
I quite literally have $40 in my bank account right now. Like, no, don't
I
have
can't even.
don't have the funds right now, girl. But you know what? Thank you anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway.
Thank you for that stuff anyway, but like, hmm.
Remember, we are poor people.
Yeah, we do not
You
have
are the
lots of
rich one.
money.
I do
Yes,
not have lots of money.
you are the rich friend,
Not me.
not
Not I.
me.
If you want to throw me some funds, that would be great.
Right, right. If there's some kind of like campaign or like something I can enter to win some money from you,
Mm-hmm. Let me
I can
know.
definitely do that.
Yeah. But as of right now,
Yeah.
no money can be spent.
No.
And I have to pay my car note next week. So like no money can be
Yeah.
spent.
Mm-mm. No.
um but anyway, how was your week, Kelly?
It was all right. It was all right, kind of stressful. Um I went to a baby shower and held my first baby, and Jordan is very proud of me.
hmm
Oh,
The
I
fact that
did
she
I
is almost 27 years old and had not held a baby yet is insane.
did I show you the picture?
You did.
Yeah, I just had to include proof in case you didn't believe me,
hmm
because I have gone on this long without having held a baby.
Yeah. And she looked very timid, just putting that
Who?
out there. You.
Well, yeah, they handed me a baby, and then they're like, "Oh, she needs to eat," and then they hand me a bottle, and none of them know I've never held a baby or
That's
fed one in my life, and
Feeding
so
a
I just had to
newborn
be like,
baby is quite literally one of the easiest things you can do. You literally just hold it and put the bottle to its mouth, and nature does it the rest.
"Well, yeah," and then she was done, and then she needed to be burped, and I was all like, "I know this needs to happen, but I don't know how to do this."
You literally put the baby over your shoulder and then pat.
I know, but like I've
The
never
fact
done
that
that
I know how to
before.
do this and Kelly doesn't is so funny to me.
It is what it is, dude. It is what it
Like
is.
she's sitting here acting like caring for a baby is rocket science. Like it's very easy.
It
You are.
feels like it is.
It's not.
Well, yeah, I held my first baby. We did it. Everyone lived.
Barely, but.
Barely. And that's on my part, not
hmm
the baby's part.
Yeah, she completely didn't burp that baby, and now that baby is gonna explode any second now.
No. No, the mom was right there and she's like, "Oh, do you want me to burp her?" And I'm like, "Absolutely. Take her away.
hmm
Get her away from me." But yeah. Yeah, held my first baby at the tender age of 26. Um, what else happened this week? Not a lot. Very normal week, which is fine by me. Um, I finally got to a day at work where like work was normal. It wasn't like I was rushing to do things, and it wasn't like I had nothing to do, but like it was a good middle ground, and I felt so happy because I haven't
I
had
think
one of those in a while.
I think I had that on Thursday. I actually had some
Yeah.
like work that was related to what I get paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Friday. Thursday kind of, but like I felt like I got a lot of emails on Thursday. So that was fun. Yeah. Yeah, just a normal week. I know that sounds really boring, but like it's actually kind of nice.
hmm
How was your week, Jordan?
Lots of ups and downs. Lots of ups and
Mm-mm.
downs. Like I said, I actually had some work related to my actual job on Thursday. That was
Mm-hmm.
fun. Um, Also on Thursday, I went to go. Excuse me. I went to go see Godzilla versus Kong.
Hmm.
It's exactly how you think it would be, if anyone wants to know. Um, but for some reason, like the theater was packed.
I mean,
So
it's Godzilla.
I get
Godzilla's always gonna
Godzilla's.
pack a house.
Let me tell you this right now. Godzilla's barely in that movie.
Really?
That is a Kong movie with Godzilla making a brief
Guest
cameo.
appearance?
Like it's bare. Like the fact that Godzilla's name is first is hilarious because
You would
Godzilla.
think he would be there longer.
I don't think Godzilla's in that movie for more than 10 minutes. If I'm
Oh
being
my
quite honest.
goodness. Incredible.
But yeah, I did that, and I mostly went because I was debating on whether or not I wanted to go. Well, I mostly went because when I got home, our power company was like working on our lines, like out in front of our house, and
Hmm.
completely blocking our street. And then they turned off our power. So I was just thinking, oh, by the time I get back, they'll be
They'll be done.
gone. But as
Hmm.
I was leaving, they pulled out with like five more trucks. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I left, came back, and not only were they still here, but they had giant lights set up on the street, and
What?
they completely blocking our street. Our power was still out. So I got home, took a shower. They were being loud as hell outside too, like not even trying to be
Of
quiet.
course.
They didn't leave until like 2 a.m.
That's awful.
Luckily for them, I worked from home the next day,
Yeah.
because if I had to wake up to go to work, I would have been so
No.
fucking pissed. I would have cussed
Oh
every
yeah.
single one of them out.
Absolutely.
It it was very annoying, pissed me off, but what can you do about it?
Yeah, true.
And then the very next day, Friday, I was watching a TV show, and these people go into a house, and I was like jokingly like, that looks like my aunt's house. And then
Oh yeah.
they kept walking around the house, and I was like, wait, that really looks like my aunt's house. And then they kept going even more, and I was like, that's my aunt's house.
Did you ever get an answer on that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Apparently, they filmed several things at her house, and she doesn't even know what they filmed. I guess she just
What do
like
you mean you know
never
what they
asked.
filmed?
I don't know. She like either never asked or they didn't like tell her or something. I don't know. But she was
That's
like, "Yeah, they
crazy.
filmed several things here," and I'm like,
And
"What?"
she didn't think to tell nobody?
I was like, "That's crazy."
That's so crazy.
Like I had to tell her what show it was.
Right. That's so
She was
crazy
like,
that she didn't ask.
she was like,
Or I
"What?"
wonder if they couldn't tell.
She was like, "What network did you watch it on?" I was like, "What? You don't know what they were filming in your
What?
house? They could have been filming
Bro,
porn. Like you don't know what they're filming
exactly.
in your house."
You just let someone in there full trust and was like, "Yeah, just film in my house. That's fine."
And I have so many questions because they moved all like all her furniture, not
Uh-huh.
in that house, in that scene. I'm like, where did they move your furniture?
Right. Right. Was anything broken? Did they put it all back when they were done? Like I
They were shooting in that house. What happened to the bullet holes? Did they like fill those in for you, or
right. So
I
are you
was
getting a
very,
check in the mail for all of this work or
I was
what?
very, I'm sure she got paid, but like I was
Oh
very
yeah, for
confused.
sure.
I was like, it was a very weird moment to watch a house that I've gone into many times
Be on TV.
be on TV. I was like, whoa! Like I was literally in that house in November,
Dude, that's insane.
like insanity. And so yeah, that was a fun little moment. And then I think that's it. My mom went to some rodeo thingy. I don't know. I was like, I'm not going to that. So I stayed here in the house by myself with the dogs.
Love that for you.
So it's been a pretty chill weekend for me. But yeah, that's it
We
for
need
me.
that.
Yeah, I
Nice.
really need it specifically because from here on out, I'm busy every weekend.
Really?
Next weekend, I'm going to some thing with Brandy. I don't even know. I wasn't gonna go, but she told me it was free, so I'll go.
Hey, if it's free, you gotta go.
Because, like I said, I'm not trying to spend money right now. I need to save up money.
True, true, true.
The weekend after that, I have a concert. The weekend after that, Kelly's supposed to be here. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm very busy. I don't ever do this many things in a row, so I know I'm going to be exhausted.
So in May, you're not gonna do anything at all.
No, because literally have something in May that first
Oh,
weekend,
and
and
then
then
and
I'm
then
and then I might be going back to Las Vegas because my mom mentioned something that's happening in Vegas, or maybe it was Phoenix. I don't remember.
oh,
Maybe it was Phoenix. I don't know. She like offhandedly told me, and then never really brought it back up. So
okay,
who knows?
interesting.
But yeah. So
Okay,
I have a very busy summer
you're
lined
booked
up,
and
y'all.
busy.
I'm very booked and
Booked
busy
and
this summer.
busy.
June I have a concert. July's my
Yep, June got
birthday.
yep.
It's a very heavy lineup this summer.
I kind of love that for you, but also
I
at the
love that
same
for
time,
me.
that means a lot of money.
Yeah, that I don't have. So
Yeah,
let me
so
go
kind of
ahead and
kind of hate
delete.
that for you.
Let, let me go ahead and delete these food apps off of my phone.
Right, get rid of it. You don't need it.
So yeah, we're in the crunch of summer. Like summer is starting now, I guess, even though it's cold as fuck and it was raining.
Yeah, it's raining here. It's 50 something and it's raining.
The rain should be gone now. Hopefully. It's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow. Thank God. Um but
Well, you
yeah,
know, April. April always there's always something in April.
I can't afford. I'm too busy. I have too much going on this April for it to be raining.
It
Oh,
rained last year on my birthday.
it did. Mm,
Yeah.
that was last year. I don't remember. It doesn't look like it's gonna be raining anymore. So like, let's see what happens.
Mm,
But yeah. Oh, also about one of my concerts, I had to sell one of
mm,
my tickets because I couldn't find anyone to go with.
mm.
Um, I see why resellers are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm essentially going to this concert for free
For free. And you're
because
gonna get some merch for free.
the base minimum that people were selling tickets in my category for was double the price I paid for one ticket.
That is so insane.
So I got these tickets for free
Yeah.
because this ticket sold in like 2 hours. Not even joking. And I had mine on the low side of what everybody else was selling theirs on. It sold in two
Mm.
hours.
Bro. Insane.
Insane. Insanity.
Insane.
Ticketmaster must be stopped.
Yes. They have too much power.
And then apparently you don't even have to pay taxes on that money unless you make $20,000.
What?
Yeah, because I had to like fill out. information for a tax form, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna have to pay taxes on this. I'm like, how much
Right.
am I gonna have to pay?
Right.
And then they were like, yeah, you don't have to pay taxes unless you do like 300 transactions and or make $20,000. And I'm like, what?
Damn.
I'm like, I get why people are doing this now.
Right. That's
Like,
a whole career.
that's a whole career. An extra $20,000. You know what I could do with an extra $20,000
No, seriously.
of
I
untaxed
would be so
money?
fine. I
An
would be so
extra.
fine.
Oh my god! Like that's actually insane.
Life changing. That's life changing amount of money.
Kelly is no longer allowed to go to this the Stallion concert with me. I'm gonna
No.
sell her
Just,
ticket.
and at this point, I'm not even mad at you. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be mad.
I'm just going to use her house as
Yep.
somewhere to stay.
Yep.
But
I'm
yeah.
saving you a hotel fare. I'm saving you
Hmm.
because I'll drop you off. I'm saving you a car rental.
Yeah. Big money. Big
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 money.
money.
Big money. At that point, that trip pays for itself.
Yeah, that trip paid for. I got paid to go see Megan the
Right.
Stallion.
Exactly. At that point,
Uh, but yeah, it's crazy,
it
crazy.
is.
Um, U.S. government, we need to fix that.
Right. Now that I
we
understand the power, we
Yeah,
need to get rid of it.
we need to get rid of that because even I'm tempted to start buying concert tickets and reselling them. So y'all really need, and I hate when people do it. So
Yeah.
y'all really need to.
Yeah. We got to
Mm-mm.
clean that up.
We need to clean that up. We need to drop that tax threshold
Hmm.
immediately because
Hmm.
$20,000 is crazy.
Yeah. The
It
fact
should
that
be
that
it should be
that
500.
people looked at that amount and they're like, "Oh no, that's fine. That's not a lot of money." Like,
Yeah, that's not a lot
excuse
of
me.
money. Rich people thought that. Rich people
Right.
thought $20,000 wasn't a lot of money.
Because I'd kill for twenty thousand
I
dollars.
would kill $20,000 would change my life at this moment.
Same. Same. Oh my gosh.
Like, mm, completely changed my life. In fact,
Dude.
I was applying to jobs last night because I've just been doing that for fun. I've just been bored.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and I applied for a job that pays like I think 20 to $30,000 more than what I make, and I'm like, that would honestly change my life.
Oh yeah,
If I,
that would absolutely change my life.
I would, other than the fact that it would put me in a different tax bracket, it would completely
Right.
change my life.
Absolutely.
I would use all that extra money to pay off my car twice as fast.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, crazy, crazy,
Insane.
insane in the membrane. But
Insane
you
in the
know,
brain.
insane in the brain. Okay, Kelly, you can go ahead and tell us about our movie this week.
All right, we are going to be talking about The First Wives Club. So we start this movie in 1969 at Middleburg College, and we see four friends, Annie, Elise, Brenda, and Cynthia, are all celebrating. And Cynthia, she brings the other three a gift. And in 1969, this is a very nice gift.
Hmm.
She brings three matching sets of a pearl necklace and pearl earrings to the girls so that they all have something to remember their graduation by. Um, and they take a picture to commemorate.
Where are people
Um,
getting rich friends like this?
right. I need a Cynthia.
I need a rich friend. Anybody rich out there that needs a friend? I'm really funny. I'm cool.
Same. Right.
I have great taste in music. We could have a
Mm-hmm.
really fun time.
Yeah, we could. We could.
I'm
I'm a
not
great
I'm
friend.
also not poor enough that I haven't done things before, but
Right.
so like I've been horseback riding, I've been indoor skydiving, I've been to different countries. Like
Yeah.
I'm a little cultured. So
Yeah.
you could take me places.
Right. But like you could also take me places I've never been before and that'll be fun for both of us.
Exactly.
Cuz I'm not that traveled.
Yeah, I'm not that traveled. I'm traveled,
Like
but I'm
I've
not that
traveled.
yeah, I've traveled,
Right.
but I have not traveled. I think I have
Right.
not left this equator. I haven't gone to the other equator. So like, y'all,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hit me
Yeah.
up on that.
Right. Right. I've got one stamp in my passport, or two
Oh,
stamps in my
I
passport.
have more than that, but like, yeah.
But I've been to multiple states.
I've been to a lot of states actually.
So yeah, anybody with a little bit of money more than
Hmm.
me, what needs a friend?
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah.
I love tropical places if like that floats your boat as well. That's
I'm
my
not picky.
that's my favorite destination place. Oh, like yeah. I'm not picky,
I'm not
but
picky.
um, but I really love a white sand beach and some crystal blue water.
Yeah, like if I had a preference.
Like that really hits the pleasure center of my brain. I love crystal blue water.
Right. Um, we then see an older Cynthia, some odd 30 years later, um, looking at the photo before kind of losing it a little after, we see some newspapers in her room and it looks like headlines about some big wig getting with a younger woman, whatever. Um, and her one of her house staff comes to check on her, and she gives her the pearl necklace and three letters um, before giving her the day off. We then see Cynthia go out to her balcony and stand on a bench near the edge of the balcony. We then see Annie, who gets home in the morning to find her daughter Chris there, accusing her of seeing her father,
Hmm.
to seeing
Um,
Annie's
yeah.
husband.
Also, let's go back a second. They literally hired Stockard Channing to be in this movie for like 2 minutes and
Two
then
minutes, yeah,
die.
and then die.
That's insane. Also, where did they find actresses that look so much like the older versions?
Yeah, that was kind of scary. It
Like
was
for a
really
second,
good.
I really did think I thought that was Goldie Hawn for like a very
Yeah,
hot minute.
and Goldie Hawn has a very specific look.
She does.
It was
So I
actually kind of
really,
like
so I really
insane.
want to know where they found that girl.
Yeah.
Because like
It,
Goldie Hawn's daughter doesn't even really look
no.
like Goldie Hawn. So what did they do?
Goldie Hawn is one of one,
Hmm.
quite literally. But Chris, her Annie's daughter, is upset because um, Aaron doesn't treat her right, and she kind of is a doormat to him.
She also casually drops that she's a lesbian, and it's kind of iconic.
Yeah, yeah. She's all like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a lesbian, mom,"
By the way, I'm
and
a
she's all
lesbian.
like,
Don't tell Dad. I want to tell
"Yeah,
him
don't tell Dad."
myself.
And I love how she wants to tell him on either Father's Day or Christmas.
Yeah, she's like, I want to ruin his life.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm gonna ruin that holiday forever for
I
him."
go with Christmas. I
I
go
would
with
go with Christmas
Christmas.
as well.
Ruin all of
Feels
his
more impactful.
Christmases. Yeah.
Yeah, because if he's religious,
Hmm.
extra punch.
Yeah.
We then see Elise, who is with her plastic surgeon, and she's trying to get more collagen shots in her lips and some work done on her face because she says that she sees some wrinkles in her face.
It's
But her
literally just
doctor
her
is
face
refusing.
move. It's literally just her face moving.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
There's nothing there.
everyone has wrinkles in their face because our faces move.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Um, but he refuses it, and he says that she might be doing it because of the divorce that she's going through. But she's like, no, 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 it's because I need to look good for like producers and stuff like that. She's an actress.
Hmm.
Um, and then we meet Brenda, who gets a call, and she tells her son that he got the band that he wanted for his bar mitzvah, and tells him that he needs to start learning Hebrew because his father is paying for his bar mitzvah, and it's the one thing that they need to agree on
The fact that
because they're also going through a divorce.
she waited until less than a month to tell her son to start memorizing Hebrew.
Right.
Like
Because
what?
there's a lot of stuff you got to do at a bar mitzvah,
Yeah, you
if
got to
I
read
understand
from the what is
correctly.
it called? The Torah? Is that what it's called?
And then you have to have some stuff memorized too, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you can't do in 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, unless you're one of those language people that just picks up language like nobody's business, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's not me, by the way.
Not me either.
I've been
I'm
learning.
really
I've
good
been
at
learning Spanish.
imitating.
I've been learning Spanish for years.
Yes.
It's kicking my
I mean,
ass.
you're pretty well.
I could get by,
Yeah, you can buy. You've proven
but
that.
Jesus,
But like fluent, no.
no.
No. um we then see Annie is getting talked to by her mother about being with Aaron. And she's all like, no, we're fine because we're both going to therapy. We're working it out. We're working on my self esteem issues and he's working on his commitment issues. Like, girl, how long have you been married and he's still
Right?
learning to deal with his
How do
commitment
you have
issues?
commit? That's what I said. I was like, how do you have commitment issues and you're married? That
Right.
doesn't
You
make
have
any
a
sense.
daughter that's in college. So I assume that you guys have been together in a ballpark area of like 20 plus years.
Right? That seems pretty committed to me. I
Right.
don't know where the issue is.
Right. And when did the issue arise? Was it before or after you got married? And was it before or after your first kid was born? Like,
Yeah, like nothing is adding up here.
no, it's not. The math ain't mathing. And once Annie is home, she sees the news that Cynthia has committed suicide, and she sees that on TV. And at the same time, Elise sees the news on a newsstand, and you see that she has actually gotten the collagen shots in her lips. It
And it looks really bad.
looks awful.
I know like the swelling is gonna go down, but like
But
Jesus.
yeah, those things are huge. Um, we then see Annie, Elise, and Brenda show up to the funeral, but Elise immediately ignores Brenda and Annie. She does not acknowledge them.
Hmm.
Cynthia's ex husband then shows up to the funeral with his much younger partner. I'm assuming girlfriend.
No, I think they're getting married,
Are they getting
right?
married? Okay, I couldn't remember.
I thought they were getting married. Also, bringing your new wife to your ex-wife's funeral is crazy.
No, seriously.
Like, why is that woman here?
Awful. If I was in that audience and I saw that, I would immediately been like, oh, one of them killed her.
Exactly.
One of them killed her.
First off, don't come to my funeral.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have kids.
Yeah.
We don't need to be in each other's lives at all.
Yeah.
Don't come to my
You
funeral.
don't need to publicly mourn with the people who actually matter to me. No.
Yeah, don't be here. I would awaken from the dead.
Right.
Just be like, leave, and then fall
Right.
back into my casket.
Right. Right. Just like peek up for a second, be like, point at him, be like, get
Mm-mm.
out, bro.
Get on
Get
out.
get out.
I made a deal
I
with
don't
the
want you
devil
here.
just to make this statement. Get
Right.
out.
Right. Don't make me make another one for me to haunt you for the rest of your life. Okay?
Exactly.
Get out.
Get out.
But after the funeral, the three run into each other and they agree to go to lunch so that they can catch up. When they go to lunch, they feel bad for not keeping in touch with one another, and they all immediately lie about how they're doing.
Yeah. What's her name? Who's Goldie Hawn? Her name is it starts with an A.
Elise.
Elise. Um, why are we lying about plastic surgery?
Right.
Stand 10
Like,
toes down.
right. If you've done it, commit.
I hate when people lie about plastic surgery because, like, why?
Right.
The fact
Right.
that
Like
we're
it
asking
doesn't
you,
matter.
means that we know that something is different.
Yeah.
Just tell
Right.
us.
Right. It's okay.
It's
I'm not
okay,
asking so I can accuse you. I'm just asking because
right?
like genuinely I'm curious. Either you had it or you didn't, and if you didn't, I'd like to know why like what you did.
Hmm.
You know? This is more like a I'm amazed kind of deal than a I'm going to like shake a finger at you, I guess.
Hmm.
Um but as the lunch goes on and they drink a little more, Brenda and Elise admit that they are both going through a divorce, and Annie is in complete denial about her separation from Aaron. Um, they get a little more drunk, a little more time passes, and after being poked and prodded, Elise finally admits to them that she has had some work done. and says that she does it so that she looks good for everyone. It's not because she wants her ex-husband back. It's not for any other reason, but she just wants to look good. Period.
Hmm.
Which fair.
Uh-huh.
They are then the last ones at the restaurant, and Elise is still claiming that her relationship is going to work out because they're going to therapy. That doesn't always mean it's going to work out, though.
What I think is so funny is they're not going to therapy together.
Yeah, they're going separately. They're not doing
They're
couples
they're
therapy.
not doing couples therapy, and I'm like, how are you working on your relationship and you're not even going to therapy together?
Right, because you can personally have issues and still do couples therapy because it's usually couples therapy and then like you do separate therapy
You do separate therapy, yes,
to like work on
for
it, but
any
like you work on
personal,
yourself
yeah.
and then you work together. Like yeah, I don't know how that didn't click in her head, but
I don't either.
it is what it is. We then see Annie at her session with her therapist, and she talks about her lunch with the girls, and the therapist encourages her to speak with love about the whole situation. Um, and then when Annie gets angry, the therapist encourages her to let out her repressed rage through hitting her with like a soft children's toy.
Yeah.
Um, and she hits her really delicately, like the first couple times, and then she just lets it fly.
Hmm.
And even the therapist is shocked about like the force of which she's being hit with a children's toy.
Yeah.
Um, we then see Elise and her ex-husband in a meeting to discuss the splitting of assets, and they are quite literally splitting all of the assets, even though she's the one that provided everything for Bill.
Prenups, prenups,
Yes, yes.
prenups
Even
for
if you
everyone. Even if
right,
you're
it doesn't
not,
matter.
even if you don't have money, prenups,
Prenup,
prenups.
because when you're down and out and then they tell you that they want something specific and you need that thing specifically, you never know how it's going to go in court. So get
All
a
I know
prenup.
is if I get married, prenup. I don't care
Yep.
that I have no money. Prenup.
Prenup, separate bank accounts.
Hmm. Oh, I
Oh my
do not
gosh.
believe in shared bank accounts. That's crazy.
Me neither. Me
What?
neither.
Even between married people, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
No.
I worked for that money. It's my money. We'll
Too much.
split the
Yeah,
bills and whatever,
yeah.
but
But
like,
too much can go
hmm.
wrong with a shared bank account. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've seen too many "Am I the asshole" posts on Reddit about the fact that they had a shared bank account and things started to go missing. Um,
Yeah. Don't do that.
don't do it. We then see Brenda, who works with an interior designer, and he keeps trying to get her to dress better. And they run into a store, and he tries pushing her some clothes when she sees her ex husband, Morty. And they immediately start causing a scene because they're fighting. And Shelly, his new younger girlfriend, is there, and that's why he's there. They're shopping together. And she makes a comment about Brenda's weight.
Morty needs his ass beat.
Yeah.
Brenda is constantly complaining that Morty never gives her any money, and he is literally in a store buying this woman a bunch of clothes.
Yeah. And it looks like a very expensive store, so it's not like he's just buying her some cheap stuff. He's
Yeah,
spending the money.
he's spending money.
We then see Elise in a meeting with some type of film director talking about a new role, and she is insulted by the fact that he wants her to play the mother figure and how he wants her to look very grotesque because I guess it's some kind of horror movie, I guess.
I'm thinking more of the
Um
line of like "Mommy Dearest." Like I feel like that's
okay.
like what they're trying to go for.
Okay, yeah. And she's insulted because she has spent all this time and money getting, you know, whatever filler in her face to look young, and they want her to look just horrid.
Which is so funny because like you're not young. You're in your 40s. You're not young.
Yeah,
You're not young anymore. Just accept it. I
right. And
I
it's
understand that you don't want to just be the mother role, but like you can't be the daughter. Like you're not young enough to be the
yeah,
daughter anymore. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, and any other age appropriate character would probably be a side character.
Yeah.
You'd be like
Sorry.
like someone's best friend or someone's aunt or something, but you wouldn't be,
Yeah, you
you
wouldn't be a
know.
daughter. You're not a daughter anymore,
Right.
sweetie.
Right. And I don't know how no one has told you that.
Yeah. I don't know how that's not sticking into your brain. Like
Right.
you have unfortunately passed the threshold of being able to play the
Mhm.
daughter.
Mhm. Mhm. It is what it is.
Like maybe you could get away with being the older sister, maybe, but
Right.
you're done
Mhm.
playing the young 21-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
That's not your wheelhouse anymore.
That boat has sailed.
It has sailed 20 years ago, and
Yes.
that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
We then see Brenda gets home and she feels sorry for herself. And still thinking about the interaction that she had with Shelley. Um, Elise then goes to a bar and starts drinking and starts complaining to the bartender about the movie meeting. Annie then gets a call from Aaron and he tells her that he wants to have dinner with her that night. And she believes that he is ready to recommit to their marriage. He's worked through his issues and she's very excited. Brenda then goes out to dinner by herself and like people around her make a very big deal about it.
Right? Who
It's
cares?
very awkward. It doesn't matter. Go out to eat by yourself. It's normal. It's
I've
okay.
recently started going out to eat by myself. It's fine. No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares. Like you're in separate booths, everyone's paying attention to their own food. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
I think you're putting more pressure on yourself
Yeah.
than anything else. Um we then see Annie going to a very fancy like dinner dancing place. Um and it looks like they're having a really good time. Brenda is still at the bar and the bartender tries to sober her up with some coffee, but she keeps ranting about the fact that she has to play a mother.
That man has the patience of a saint.
Right. He's either getting paid very well, very, very well for this to happen, or he really cares about her.
Yeah.
There's no in between. Because if I was just getting paid normal rate and like she wasn't tipping me or anything, I would have been like, yeah, girl, the bar closed like an hour ago, or like the bar's closing in 2 minutes. I need you to get out.
Mhm. Right. I'll call you a cab, but you need to go.
Right,
Hmm.
right. Like I've cleaned everything else. I've done all my duties and you need to go.
Here's a to-go cup of coffee.
Right. And here's also a bottle of water.
Hmm.
Yeah. Peace and love.
Safe travels, girly.
Safe travels. Um we then see Annie excited after spending some time with Aaron. They've had dinner, they've had sex, whatever. And she starts excitedly talking about moving him back into the house. And like how much she loves him and blah blah blah, and he's just like, yeah, actually I want a divorce.
Yeah, he says that after saying "I love you too," and I'm like, "What?"
Right.
I'm very confused, but he did
Right. And
that.
she's all like, what are you talking about? We literally had dinner, we had sex and whatever. He's all like, but you like looked so good, this is like a last time thing. Like absolutely not, I would have lost it.
Uh huh.
And she does. She starts yelling at him and she's all like, are you seeing somebody else? And he's like, no. And
No.
that's when their therapist walks in.
Uh huh. At that
And
moment, I would have gone so blind with rage, they both would have ended up dead, and I just don't know how it would have happened. They just both would have been
it's
dead.
it's literally cell block tango.
Yeah, I would have woken
I
up
didn't
and they,
realize they were dead until I was washing their blood off of my hands.
yeah,
Officer, I don't know what to tell you.
like I would have come out
Which
of
is
my
actually
fury.
nothing. Don't tell anybody
Yeah,
anything if it's
never.
not your lawyer.
No.
Um, but yeah, I would have gone into a blind rage
A blind rage.
because not only did you just lie to me,
Hmm.
The subject came into the room, and also I've been paying to see her
I've been
work through
paying
my
that. That's
issues.
what would have made me so upset. I have been
Right.
paying this woman to help me with my relationship, and she's been sleeping with you.
Right.
She would have. You both would
No.
have had to have died. Like there's no other choice.
Yeah, only one person is walking out of this room, and it's me.
And it's me.
It's 1,000% me.
Hmm. I'm leaving this room, and there's going to be two dead bodies hanging from the ceiling. Like
Right.
I don't know what to say.
Right. Right. They had it coming.
Hmm. They really did.
They really, yeah, they really did. This is the one where they really did have it coming for
They
them.
really did have it coming.
But she absolutely blows up on both of them, and she walks out crying. The three women then get the letter that Cynthia had sent out to them before she had committed suicide. And she wishes that she had kept in touch with all three of them and commends them on all the characteristic traits that they had or they have that she wishes she did too. The three of them get together and talk about the letter, and it kind of devolves into them arguing about who's the loneliest.
Hmm.
And Annie wins that one because she tells them about her ex-husband, and the therapist, and they're like, "Yeah, you win that round."
She does win that round.
Annie then gets super upset for the three of them, and they all agree that they want to get justice against their exes. They don't want revenge. They want justice. They want them to pay. Elise says that they can manage it, and to get it done, they need the power of all three of them, and they then start the First Wives Club. They all decide to get info on their ex-husbands, and to do that, they employ Annie's daughter Chris to start digging up stuff on Aaron, and they have to go to a gay bar to find her.
Hmm.
Annie finds her daughter and explains their plan, and she is totally into it, while Elise kind of gets down with all the other women, and Brenda kind of just finds another sad soul at the bar. But yeah, they Elise has a great time at the bar. We then see Chris start some type of like internship at her dad's ad agency. And Elise shows up unexpected to her ex husband's office with a bunch of movers and moves everything out of his office because it needs to get liquidated. Because she is doing what the attorneys need her to do to like get rid of all the assets and then split the profit evenly. So that's what she's doing.
Hmm.
Brenda then gets back at Morty with the help of her uncle at her son's bar mitzvah, and he lets it slip that Morty's books are they've got some interesting info in them,
This girl had mob connections this entire time and didn't at
and she didn't
least
use it.
rough that man up a little bit.
Right.
That's what I would have. That's what would have happened at the very minimum to that man.
Right. Right. If I had mob connections, oh yeah, no, I would
Hmm.
dangle that over anybody's head that did me wrong. I'd be like,
Hmm.
oh, you want to play?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're playing with the wrong
you
person.
play with the wrong one.
Right. Because you will be sleeping with the fishes. I
Hmm.
can get that done. Someone can do that for me. Elise then continues her crusade to get their stuff liquidated by showing up to Bill's loft unannounced while he has his much younger, I guess, girlfriend.
Sure.
Sure, she's an aspiring actress. Her name is Phoebe.
Hmm. It's that girl
And
from what's that show? What's that show? Saved by the Bell.
yes, yes,
I
and
I can't remember.
she shows up.
I can't remember her character's name. She's the one that no one really cared about
Yeah,
because
sorry.
everyone cared about either Kelly or Lisa. I don't remember that other girl's name, to be
Mm-hmm.
quite
Mm-hmm.
honest. But it's her. It's her.
Yes. And if you don't know who we're talking about, just look it up. You'll know it when you see
You'll
her.
see, tall girl, curly hair.
Yeah. And she starts liquidating stuff from his loft and their house in the Hamptons. The women then show up to Elisa's house and find that her apartment is just full of the stuff from Bill's office and loft and whatever. And then makes a side comment about how she should have used the vacant warehouse that she owns. And Annie believes that that's the perfect place for them to meet. They then show up to the warehouse and look through it, and it's absolutely trashed, but they use some of the furniture from Bill's places to make a nice little office space in the warehouse. Brenda, Annie, and Elise then work together to get info. And when Bill calls to call Elise a bitch because she got his Lambo repoed.
Hmm.
This man is truly just messed up after this divorce,
As he should be.
as he should be. Um, they then talk about the offer to Elise to do a play, and she's all like, "I'm not doing a play. I'm made for movies. I'm a young star." She's not. Um,
Thinking that Broadway is career suicide is so funny to me.
no, seriously, if you like some of the actors that have done Broadway that aren't like musically inclined and have done Broadway before, in interviews they all admit how like traumatizing it is to work in Broadway. It's a lot of work.
Like Denzel Washington, I think is on Broadway or was like just on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
be for real.
Yeah, really. We then have we then see Brenda get an idea from Elise to get the info on Morty's books through using her um, very affluent friend to get Shelley to hire Brenda's boss to decorate the new apartment that they have.
Hmm.
So they get Gania Garson to have a meeting with Shelley, and she's obviously not having it with Shelley, but she convinces her to hire Eduardo because she thinks she deserves the help because she's new to like high society and whatever, and she needs like a nice looking home so that she can entertain her new wealthy friends, whatever. And she eagerly accepts it.
Where is Morty getting all of his money from selling electronics?
Right.
Like, he lives in like a
Like,
penthouse apartment.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, where are you getting this money from?
And they talk about like his books later on in the movie, but like that's not enough to make that kind of money.
No.
Something else is going on
What is
here.
going on? What is he doing?
Right.
Crazy.
That's definitely illegal activity happening here.
Hmm.
Like it's already happening, but there's something on top of that too.
There's something else on top of that.
So we then see Shelley being a nervous wreck to meet Eduardo. And when he gets there, he puts on a whole show about having a bond with the space. And he tells the couple to leave for an hour so that he can really connect with it. And he'll tell them his vision for the space when they get back. And when they leave, he immediately gets the women in so that they can search for the books. And Brenda has a breakdown.
Hmm.
But the girls get into action when they get to the office, and Brenda gets the information they need. And as the girls are rushing to get out, the couple arrives back early. Eduardo then tries to distract the couple, but Morty kind of manages to like mess that all up by wandering around the house. And the women have to escape off the balcony on a window washer lift.
Yeah.
They have a ton of issues with the lift, um, but manage to get it all the way to the bottom, and Annie stops it right before they hit the floor.
Yeah. Also, Morty and I think her name is Shelly's apartment
Mm.
is so fucking tacky.
Yeah,
Why is there a
yeah.
fountain by the door? What?
And why are your stair railings connected to the ceiling
That's like
by
they move.
wire?
They
They
move.
move.
I'm like, that's not safe.
It's not. I don't. That's not up to any kind of code
No.
anywhere.
The fact
No
that
way.
someone let them do that is insane.
It's actually insane. We then see the women hanging out after, and they're having a really good time. And Annie brings up the time that they performed for Cynthia's 21st birthday, and they try to recreate it, but Annie like chickens out when she has to sing her part.
Hmm.
Chris then gives a call to Annie saying that she has some info on Aaron's partner wanting to sell his part of the ad agency. And so they relay all these messages to one another, and Elise decides to help her out by giving her Bill's stuff to auction off to raise the money so that she can buy part of the ad agency. And they use Shelley to buy some of the pieces, which I
Yeah.
think was very iconic.
Which brought me to even more of what is Morty doing? Because she bought
Yeah.
a plate for $300,000.
She,
Where
yeah.
where is he getting this money?
Yeah, and he's not it 300,000 isn't even the total.
No.
She buys
She buys
two other
several
things
things,
and the
including
Lambo.
the Lambo.
Yeah.
Where where's this money coming from?
Where's this coming money? It's obviously coming from something illegal.
It has to
Truly.
be.
And so after Morty flips out at Shelley for spending upwards of $300,000, but after she threatens to leave, he just accepts it.
Yeah,
It's
he's like
fine.
it's fine.
No, the sex cannot be that good to
It
glance
can't be that
over
good.
$300,000 plus dollars.
I fail to believe there's any sex ever that's that good.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if I did have money, I would have been like, nah,
No.
you are not getting away with this one. We then see Brenda talking to Jason about their whole family dynamic because he looks a little down after spending some time with his dad. But she reassures him that they both love and care for him very deeply. And he's like, I I really needed to hear that after I just found out that dad is engaged to Shelley. And Brenda's like, oh, I did not know that. Which is not the way you want to find out.
No. But it happened.
It happens. Um, the girls are all together and they admit that they can't find anything on Bill, which immediately upsets Elise. Um, and in her frustration, she makes a comment about how the other two are just housewives. They can't imagine the pressure she's under. Brenda flips out because uh, Elise is out of touch. She's an alcoholic who's out of touch, and she's just throwing her life away.
No one
And so
is
they're
more
at it.
upset than a stay-at-home mom. Those,
Yeah,
especially a white stay-at-home mom,
yeah.
those women will go feral if you even hint at the fact if that they're just stay-at-home mom. They get so upset.
Y'all got some rage pent up in there.
So much rage.
Y'all got a lot of
You
rage.
will be a woman who has a job who also has to come home and cook and clean and blah 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 blah, and then a stay-at-home mom will be like, well, I have so much work to do too, and blah 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 blah, blah. And it's like, okay, okay, ma'am, we get it, your life is also hard, calm down.
Yeah, like I am like there could be the really challenging things in being a stay at home mom, but also you're at home. You have the
Hmm.
freedom to make your own choices.
Yeah.
You go to work, you have to do your work the way your boss wants you to do your work,
Yeah, and then
and
you have to come home and then also do the housework. Like, I'm
right.
sorry.
Like if I could be one of you, I would have been the
I
housewife.
would much
That
rather be
means
at
that
home.
means your spouse has enough money for you to comfortably quit your job and take on all of the household stuff while you get to stay at home. Like I'm not
Yeah.
downplaying how much work you do. I'm just saying that there's a
There's a
different level.
difference.
There's
There's
a
a
different
difference.
level.
Yeah.
Right. Like yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying
There's a
that there's a
level of
different level.
comfortability there that most other
Yeah.
people do not have.
Yeah, we don't get to experience that.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, Elise and Brenda are at each other's throat, and Annie tries to break the tension. She tries to be the nice one, whatever. Um, but then they turn on her.
Yeah, they just turned on my
Um,
good girl. She wasn't doing nothing. And they
she did,
just
yeah. She was just saying we need to calm down, whatever. And then they were like, "Wait, no,
and they both
you're
turned
joining
on
this
her
fight."
and ganged
Right?
up on her. I was like, "Whoa, whoa, slow
Yeah.
down."
No, she did not deserve that at all. Um, and they like accuse her of not being confident in herself, how like she can't manage to get two declarative sentences out of herself, which is not what the fight is about. They
Hmm.
just want to fight.
They were just making low
And
blows.
yeah, at that point they just wanted to hurt people, and so the two of them get into a slap fight, and then Annie just absolutely loses it and
Hmm.
just screams at both of them and walks out.
Yeah, be careful with the quiet ones.
Yes, the quiet
They're
ones are
they're
crazy.
crazy. They're holding in a lot of repressed emotions and
Rage,
stuff, and
right.
you need to be careful with them.
Right. We're nice for a reason. We're nice because if we're not nice, it would not be good.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
My
So the women,
coworkers currently think that I can be a little mean. I have not even scratched the surface
mm-mm,
of how mean I could be,
no.
but yeah,
Yeah, beware of Jordan.
beware of
Beware.
me. There is an evil man hidden inside of this body.
Mm-hmm.
I have to
Mm-hmm.
keep him at bay at all times.
It's a constant battle.
It's a constant battle, especially with one of my coworkers. I could clean cuss her out if I wanted to, but I choose not to.
Not to. Because I need a job.
I need a job.
I cannot be fired over this.
And if there is a heaven, I'd like to get into it.
Yeah. The women then spend the night alone and think about what happened. Annie then talks to Chris and her mom about everything falling apart and how it's all her fault because she takes on a lot of unnecessary responsibility for this. Elise then shows up to Brenda's to apologize and they work everything out. And then they show up to the warehouse to find Annie packing up to leave because she's like, I can't find anything on Bill. You guys are fighting. Like we obviously don't work well together. We can't do this. But Brenda and Elise say that they have a plan to go global. Like this isn't just a one-time thing for them. They want to make this all work. And Elise has a plan to make Bill look questionable.
Hmm.
So Elise then meets with Phoebe and she talks about how she's accepting um, this role of being a mother in some type of movie. And Phoebe admits that she's going to be the daughter, and that kind of set something off in Elise, but she's all just using this so that she can get to know her.
Oh, the fact that she was able to continue the conversation after that is bewildering to me because
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of would have set me off. The fact that she was taking the role that I wanted. Oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
I'd be hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We then see Morty and Shelley filming a commercial for his electronics business when the FBI shows up to arrest him. But it's all a ruse. It's just Brenda's uncle's goons
Hmm.
coming to get him, and they shove him in the back of a car in the trunk.
Yeah, if you're ever picked up by the FBI, make sure they like
Show
show
their
their
badge,
badges and don't
credentials.
just
Yeah,
grab you and just handcuff you. Like any
yeah,
rando off the street could buy some handcuffs. Like show me a
right,
badge. Show me an arrest
right.
warrant. Like come on.
Show me the indictment.
Yeah.
Where are my what are my
What am I
charges? Why are
charged?
you
What am I
picking me
being
up?
charged with? Why have you not read me my rights as you are arresting
Right.
me?
Also, don't mention that they haven't said the rights to you. You can use that later.
Yeah. Don't say
Don't
that
don't
to
talk to
them.
nobody.
Yeah, don't
Talk
talk
to
to
your
anyone.
lawyer.
The second they say you're under arrest, ask what for, ask to see their badge, and then after that, don't talk.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say
Don't say
nothing.
nothing. If they don't
Just
read you your Miranda rights, don't point it out.
don't point it out. Keep it in the back of your head. Um,
Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
yeah,
Just
and
saying.
just ask for a lawyer.
Hmm.
Just ask for a lawyer. That's it. That's all you ask for.
Right. That doesn't mean you're guilty.
Also,
Just
if you go,
pointing that
also
out.
don't take any food or drinks from
No.
them. Don't do
No.
that.
If you didn't personally see where that came from or you didn't get it yourself and you're not opening it yourself, do not take it.
Even if you are, don't do it. Don't do it. They could be trying to
They're
just
trying to
get
get
your
they're
DNA. Don't do
yeah.
it.
Yeah. We then see Chris set up her dad to meet with Annie, and when he walks in, he sees her with his partners, while Elise meets with Bill. Morty is then taken to an unknown location to see Brenda and her uncle, who have proof that his store is full of stolen products and that he's just selling them at a profit. We then see Annie announce to Aaron that she has bought out his partners. I don't know how much money that is, but she has enough money to buy out his two of his partners for his
I
ad agency.
mean, what's her name was buying plates for $300,000, so I'm
Yeah,
sure
you're
she had a
right.
pretty penny in the bank after that.
Yes, yeah. Elise then gives Bill a 50 cents initially, saying that that was all of the profit that came from selling the
Their stuff.
their property and the liquidation of it. And then when he makes a fit about it, she's like, actually, you can have the full dollar because that's all we got. Aaron then loses his cool after Annie announces that she has bought out the partners, and she says, you can't get rid of me because now I have a $45 million client to bring to the ad agency. Like, you can't be mad at me. um and yeah, she just walks out, goes into her to her new office, and before she leaves, she hands him a card for the First Wives Club and tells him to meet there at in 2 hours. Brenda then tells Morty that she wants the company. She wants his company. She wants assets. And if he makes a fuss about it, she's going to bring this to the authorities and he's going to jail because that's where he would go if this was a normal investigation. He would be going to jail,
You'd be going
prison.
to jail. Prison, yes, yes.
He'd be going to prison.
Federal prison.
Elite, yes. Elise then drops the bomb on Bill that Phoebe is actually 16.
That's crazy.
Uh, and she just says the one thing that needs to get him in shape, and it's felony.
Hmm.
That is a chargeable felony.
To that man's
He's
defense,
16.
he was distraught when he found out that that girl was 16 years old.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't try to deny it or anything. He was just actually shocked and like,
Yeah,
I can't believe this is happening to me,
yeah.
kind of
I would have
deal.
been the
It's not
same.
like,
Like literally, I would have
yeah,
been
no,
on
I
the
would have been
floor.
mortified.
I would have been on the floor inconsolably crying.
Right. Yeah, no, I would, yeah, my world would end
Yeah, my world would be over. I'm like, oh my god, I would
because
never
you
be
have to
able.
live with that for the rest of your
Yeah, for
life.
the rest of my life.
Like, even if she didn't tell anybody, I have to live with the knowledge.
But honestly, I'm smart enough to realize if I'm talking to someone underage, though. But so that would never happen to me.
Right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
if by some weird turn of events someone was able to get one over on me,
On you, yeah.
I would be on the floor crying for hours.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
So yeah. She then hands him a card. Both of them get a card, Morty and Bill, to meet at the First Wives Club in 2 hours. Aaron then stresses out about how he has to start from the bottom now if she decides to throw him out, but she's like, no, I'm not throwing you out. She's like, I'm just here to run your ad business with you, duh.
I would have thrown out.
Yeah.
That man would have been living on the streets when I got done with him. She is such a better person than me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Annie's very nice, and she
She's
keeps her niceness in check. She doesn't even lose it at all,
no,
except for the point when she found out that her husband or her ex-husband was seeing their therapist.
which like anyone would have been upset at that.
Oh yeah,
And like we said,
anybody.
she's nicer than us because we would have murdered them.
Right.
There's not many scenarios in which I could see that I would want to murder someone. That's one of them.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
So the men then show up to the First Wives Club, and Chris is there to greet them. And as she points them into the meeting room, she tells her father that she's a lesbian.
No notes. 10
Yeah,
out of 10.
10 out of 10. Hit him while he's down.
Yeah, when he's at his lowest was the perfect time to tell him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Round
I'm
of
I'm glad she
applause.
didn't wait until Christmas.
Yeah. I feel like by the time Christmas had come around, he would have been too numb. This was the perfect time.
Uh-huh. No, this was the great time because he has to then process that his wife is just taking over his business and now his daughter is a lesbian.
Yeah.
The three of them then launch into their spiel to get justice from them and not revenge. And to do that, they want them to pay for the renovation of their warehouse. And they agree.
Hmm.
Little fight, and they agree because what are they gonna do? Especially Morty.
Hmm.
Um, we then get a montage of the renovation, and we see Elise practicing for the play that she actually accepted to do. And Chris and Annie's mom are helping run the agency. Elise opens the play, and the other women are there to support her. And then the three of them have a
Including
grand
that,
opening.
including that 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't do anything wrong, other than lie about the fact
Other than lie about
that
her
she was
age,
16.
but
But yeah,
yeah,
she's okay.
she's there.
So we then see the grand opening of the crisis center that the three have opened in honor of Cynthia, so that they can provide services to couples, families going through anything. They provide therapy, resources, and stuff like that, so that no one ends up like Cynthia. They then have a dinner party at the that same night, and Morty and Shelly show up to the grand opening, but she does not want to go in there. So he decides to go in by himself. Um, and he gets a congratulations from her mom on everything that she's done, and her ex-husband looks miserable, which he should.
Hmm.
Morty then sees Brenda, and they share a good moment. Um, and everything looks to be on the mend with them. We
Ew.
then get an update that
Boo.
I know.
Brenda, you're dumb
Brenda,
as
please.
hell.
No, yeah. After that whole like getting your independence back, getting yourself back, you
It's
want to
not
go
even the
back
fact
to a
that
man that's committing like crimes for his
I don't even care
work?
about
Like,
that, Kelly. I don't even care about that. I don't even care about the fact that he left her. It's how he treated her after he left her that I think she's dumb as fuck.
yeah, yeah.
Dumb as hell.
Because you guys obviously had irreconcilable differences where you guys considered getting a divorce and then worked to get the divorce, and then he still treated you badly
Yes.
afterward.
Dumb as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not great. Um we get an update that Elise is dating a co-star from her play, and Annie is not getting back with her ex-husband.
Sh-
She's better off without him.
that man is a sociopath, so no, she should not be with
Yeah.
him.
Mm-mm. Oh, outside of the party, we then see Bill meeting Shelley, and they immediately hit it off. Even though it's going to be a hard awakening for Shelley when she finds out that Bill has no money.
Hmm.
After the
At least
party, the
they'll
women
have,
celebrate.
at least they'll have that car.
They
Oh,
will
that's
have
not
the.
even
He
her.
will get his car. That's
It's
not even
not
his.
even her
It's not even
car.
hers. It's
Yikes.
Morty's. She bought it for Morty as a gift. So after the party, the women celebrate all that they've done, and Brenda looks forward to what they're going to do now. And the three of them then break into "You Don't Own Me," which is what they sang for Cynthia's 21st birthday. And they
Mhm.
get Annie to join them, and they do full choreo and everything. It's great. And that's where the movie ends. Are you ready for some movie facts?
Yeah.
Okay, first one. In an interview, Bette Midler mentioned that all three main cast members wanted to make a sequel, but the studio was not agreeable as they had viewed the success of the movie as a fluke. Midler also said that just before the movie opened, she was told it would not do very well because it was competing against action movies with stars like Bruce Willis. And this movie
What was the
opened
movie?
at
Because
number.
most of Bruce Willis's movies are not good.
It doesn't say. um, but this movie opened at number one and outgrossed the action movies. It grossed over 105 million in the U.S. alone, and still Paramount refused to make a sequel.
Okay. I don't feel like it needs a sequel, so that's fine.
Yeah, it
Take it
doesn't.
away.
It's fine. Yeah. I'm glad it made all that money though.
Not every movie needs a sequel, guys.
Yeah,
Just because a
no.
movie's
If the ending is
successful
good, you don't
doesn't
need it.
yeah, just because a movie's successful doesn't mean it needs a sequel. Like, I don't think the Barbie
Mm-mm.
movie needs a sequel, but people keep talking about making
Mm.
a sequel to Barbie, and I'm like, we don't need a sequel to
We
Barbie.
don't need. It was a good ending. It was solid. Like,
Yeah, leave it be.
leave it be. Second movie fact: Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, and Diane Keaton were all born within 45 days of each other, and they all celebrated their 50th birthday while filming this movie.
Oh, cute.
Isn't that cute? Um, Olivia Goldsmith, who is the author of the original book, this is based on a book, by the way. She has a cameo at Cynthia's funeral. She is the short-haired woman who notices Cynthia's ex-husband and his new wife arrive.
Okay, good for her.
And, and my last movie fact: out of all the actresses who play wives in this movie, Diane Keaton is the only one to have never been married. Bette Midler is still married to her first husband since 1984, and Goldie Hawn is the only real divorcee in real life.
Okay, tracks.
Tracks. Okay, Jordan, here's the question: is this movie iconic?
Sure, why not?
I said yes.
Why not? I'll give it a iconic for the
It's a
cat.
good movie. It's a good little movie. It's a good story. They don't.
Hmm.
It's not the typical. They get revenge. They do get justice.
Yeah,
Whatever. Yeah, I think it's iconic. It's a good
yeah.
movie. So, what are your recommendations for this week?
I have three. My first one is Cowboy Carter by Beyonce, of course. Um, Great. Really enjoyed it. I do, however, believe that Renaissance is better for me. For me. But I understand how some
Okay.
people would like this one better. I personally prefer Renaissance, but still a very good album. First off, Beyonce doesn't make bad albums. Secondly, it's Beyonce. Like, be for real.
Yeah, she's
Come
gonna
on,
make good music.
she's gonna make good music. It's Beyonce. No,
It's
no one's
Beyonce.
doing it like her. Be for real.
Mm-mm.
My second recommendation is "When Will I Be Loved" by Linda Ronstadt. Really good song.
Linda Ronstadt, solid.
Really, really enjoy the song. The mixing on the song is awful, god awful, but I think that might just be that thing with Apple Music with like the Dolby Atmos. I don't know, but
It might be. It might be.
with the mixing is bad. Like, the vocals are so loud compared to the background
Oh
music.
no.
But it's fine. The song is good nonetheless. So
Yeah.
that's all that really matters, is that the material is good. Um,
Hmm.
and then my last recommendation is Mona Lisa by Isla. Really love that song.
Hmm.
I love
Okay.
I love Isla's music, by the way.
Yeah, Isla's good. She's got good stuff.
Isla, if you ever go on tour, let me know.
Do it next year.
Do it next year, but let me know.
Right.
I'll
Like
fit
we want one.
I'll
Just
fit
do it later.
I'll fit you into the 2025 budget.
Yeah.
I've
He's a
already
good manager.
I've already gone way above my 2024 concert budget.
Yeah.
So let's hold off, but when you
Right.
do, I'll be ready. Also,
Hmm.
JoJo, you too. You too. I want to see you in 2025 as well.
Yeah. Also, yeah, you have to do 2025 because we will not miss a JoJo concert.
No.
Period.
No. There are two people on this planet who I will not miss concerts from, and they are JoJo and Beyonce, which is why I
Yeah.
need y'all to do concerts next
Yes.
year.
Because if JoJo, I love you, but if you announce something in fall, I will break anything to go.
Yeah, I will be there.
It's just how it is. We've been to every concert since you've come back.
Mm-hmm. I'm not missing
we were
one.
there we were there in that little San Francisco concert hall,
Mm-hmm.
squished in with the general audience
Yes.
to see you make your comeback with that Tringle. Okay,
Yeah.
we were there. We
And
will always be
I will
there.
always be there.
We love you. Mwah.
But yeah, that's it for me. What about you, Kelly?
Alrighty, I've got two, and the first one is I gotta do it. It's Thank You Next, because it references the First Wives Club, so we
The
gotta throw that out
song or
there.
the album?
The song, my bad, the song.
Okay.
She does a little First Wives Club reference in there, so we're gonna do that. And then my second song is Ego Death by, there's gonna be a lot of people, my bad. Ty Dollar Sign, FKA Twigs, Skrillex, and Kanye West. Actually, a really
Okay.
good song. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have Twitter and Instagram. They're both at SY2I Podcasts. Don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email, sy2iipodcast at gmail.com. What concerts are you guys seeing this summer?
Right.
There's so many.
There's a
Um,
lot. Yeah.
I feel so sorry for Megan Trainor, baby. No one's going to that. I'm so sorry. There's
Oh, is
too
she
many.
going on tour?
Yes, there's too many good tours going on this summer for me to even fathom thinking about going to a Megan Trainor concert. Let's be real, girl. You should have waited until next year. But good luck, because like
Yeah. Good luck to you.
if J Lo is gonna have to cancel a concert, you gonna have to cancel a concert, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's too many good people out for people to be wasting their hard-earned concert dollars on Megan Trainer, but it's okay.
There could be Megan Trainor stands out there.
Stands.
I don't know, dude. I'm just making stuff up.
I believe there were Megan Trainer fans. I even enjoy a Megan Trainer song or two, but Stan, that's a stretch. But if you are, let us know. Um, don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars. Everyone have a good week. Stream Cowboy Carter. You'll really enjoy it. Great album.
Mm-hmm.
And stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.